Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. It is Tuesday morning and what a show we have in store for you. We had Ebraheem Samadi, who is Dubai Bling star and co-founder of the Rose Cafe, talking about Palestine and why it's important now more than ever for influencers with a platform to step up.
Then we spoke about a few airport stories, such as Abu Dhabi's airport has a new terminal opening up in just a couple of weeks. It's going to be massive, so bougie. And speaking of airports, Dubai-India flight made a life-saving diversion because of an onboard medical emergency, and that just goes on to show what fast thinkers crew members are, and honestly they just don't get enough appreciation.
Cabin crew, we love you. You do so much work in the sky. We salute you. Also, all things GITEX, the incredible drops by Dubai Police. Please take a listen. Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. Our top story today: Dubai Police deny claims that 4 Israelis were stabbed in Dubai.
In other headlines, we will also be talking about Dubai-India flight makes life-saving diversion due to onboard medical emergency.
GITEX is making the tech and innovative highlights this week. We're talking about Dubai Police have launched a luxurious marine patrol vehicle.
And Abu Dhabi's airport has a new terminal which is going to be opening up on November 1st.
This is all before 8:50, which at that time, Ebraheem Samadi talks all things Palestine, Dubai Bling Season 2 and family when he joins us on the show very shortly. But we're going to jump into our top story for today. Dubai Police deny claims that 4 Israelis were stabbed. The Dubai Police denied reports which went live on Israeli news outlets of 4 Israeli nationals being stabbed in the Emirate. In a statement released by the Dubai Media Office, Dubai Police said safety and security are of paramount importance in the UAE.
Please refer to official sources for accurate information, as spreading false news is punishable by law in the UAE.
For those who are looking for ways to donate to the Palestinian cause, we want to mention that the UAE has launched a campaign to provide relief aid to the Palestinian people impacted by the war in Gaza Strip under the theme Tarahum for Gaza.
The campaign will establish centers to collect and mobilize humanitarian relief packages in partnership with humanitarian and charitable institutions, volunteer centers, the private sector, media, and all segments of society.
This is created by the UAE and it's in solidarity with the Palestinian children and families affected by the ongoing conflict. The Tarahum for Gaza campaign aims to mitigate the severity of the humanitarian conditions and alleviate the suffering of the most vulnerable groups, especially children, who constitute nearly half of the population of the Gaza Strip.
More than 1 million children are affected by the current conflict, and the campaign will work towards providing children and mothers with basic needs in addition to health supplies and general hygiene materials.
Keep an eye out on information and dates as we'll share as it gets released. It kicked off over the weekend with an amazing effort by Emirates Red Crescent down in Abu Dhabi. There will be ways for you to give back, whether it's belongings or cash donations in the UAE, created by a UAE initiative, which is Tarahum. We will get more information as it's released, but we know that the UAE is hard at work to mobilize the infrastructure that's needed to get the people what they need. That's what they're working on now, so we will get the information to you as it comes to us.
Exactly, and we'll move on to our next headlines, which is Dubai-India flight makes life-saving diversion due to an onboard medical emergency. Over the weekend, an Air India Express flight from Dubai to Amritsar experienced a mid-air medical emergency. So on Saturday, October 14th, a passenger suddenly had an epidemic seizure, compelling the crew to take decisive action to ensure their well-being. The pilot swiftly contacted a Pakistani air traffic controller, and with their consent, the aircraft made an emergency diversion to Karachi, Pakistan, landing at 12:28 p.m. local time at Jinnah Terminal, Karachi Airport.
The airline and airport staff, in collaboration with local authorities, worked seamlessly to provide immediate medical assistance to the distressed passenger. Under the vigilant eye of the airport doctor, the airport's medical team administered essential care, and after a thorough medical assessment, the passenger was declared fit to continue the journey, thankfully.
So basically, the passenger was not allowed to leave the aircraft. Whatever emergency medical supplies were given on the aircraft, and the incident serves as a reminder of the unwavering commitment of airlines and their dedicated staff to passengers' safety. Their quick thinking and exceptional coordination really did ensure the well-being of a fellow traveler in need. and the flight continued on its path to Amritsar at 2:30 p.m. local time, putting safety and compassion at the forefront of it all.
We've spoken before about how in so many situations cabin crew are really just put onto the wire in terms of, needing to jump in and to be able to, deliver emergency care, to emergency aid for all sorts, and they're just incredible, and I don't know if they always get the appreciation that they deserve.
100%. Like you said, and not just in emergency situations, but like it could be so many under so many circumstances, right? Like if a passenger is feeling uneasy, to put them at ease and to comfort them, and like children, to really give the children a warm smile, greet them, play with them, like if they're crying, just to come help parents comfort the kids as well. Like in so many different areas, they just have to always be right on top of things. Need
to be honest, that's so true. There's the emergency stuff which they might get praised for, but it's actually the everyday service that they provide that's beyond the capabilities of so many of us. I know I couldn't do it. So shout out to the crew in this situation. It was truly life-saving work, and in general across the world. Cabin crew, you are very much appreciated. Let's jump into our next story. We're talking all things GITEX. You may experience more traffic in the city. That is because the incredible tech innovation campaign event is ongoing down at Dubai World Trade Center right now, and we are keenly focusing on Dubai Police this morning because they have launched a luxurious marine patrol vehicle. We've called it that because I'm not really it needs a name. It's a space car. It's a race car on the water.
Oh,
it needs a name.
My gosh.
It looks super cool, and it's created obviously with a purpose, which is swift response and rescue operations in mind. So during GITEX Global 2023, the police showcased its luxurious marine patrol vehicle designed to rapidly respond to marine incidents and provide immediate and emergency rescue operations.
The patrol mermaid.
No, it's slicker than that.
No, it's not.
It's like the James Bond of the ocean. It's like if James Bond needed to get somewhere quick on the waves, this is what he'd be driving.
The James Bond of the ocean.
Well, not the James Bond, if James Bond had a cool car that went on the
ocean. Yeah, I get it.
It's basically like the Lamborghini of the sea.
The Seaborghini.
The Seaborghini. Dubai Police, you're welcome. You're welcome.
The Seaborghini, the modern patrol boasts features like top speed of 45 knots per hour and houses an automatic engine with 4 speeds, having the capacity of 1,800 cc. The total weight of the patrol is 320 kilograms with a maximum weight limit of 625 kilograms and can accommodate not one, but 2 passengers.
2 passengers who are highly equipped to run this incredible vehicle. Brigadier Al-Suwaidi highlighted that the patrol will be deployed in water channels, lake areas, islands and tourist hotspots. I think we're going to see it at JBR not too long from now. Major General Khaled Nasser Al-Razuki, who is the director of the AI Intelligence Department at Dubai Police, also pointed out that Dubai Police will present several innovations, modern technology and services in the coming days at GITEX. So do keep an eye out. They've also launched an incredible vehicle. We have a photo of it beside us if you're watching on Facebook, which is for community patrol. It is a really high-tech looking robot, kind of like these like tiny little robots before that you'd imagine, like it's like a transformer on the ground, yay high, super cool. But it's for community patrol, and we'll have more information on that on Instagram in a little bit.
I love how we're getting into this whole era of robots. Like we've had robots for a long time now, but they just keep getting more and more and more enhanced and slick. I remember in school when I was studying robotics. Yeah.
Wow, fancy school.
Yeah, I was.
How did that go?
I stayed there for it was after school activities.
Oh, okay.
I stayed there for 1 term. Never looked at the robotics club again.
Okay.
Yeah. My mom was like, yep, she's useless.
No, but everyone has different talents.
But guys, we see your comments on Instagram, and we'll be talking more about Palestine very shortly with Ebraheem from Dubai Bling. So do keep watching for that. But before we get into the interview with him, let's tell you about Abu Dhabi's airport and its new terminal that's going to be opening up on November 1st.
Yes, the opening of Terminal A, which we have long waited for, has officially been announced on October 31st. Abu Dhabi Airport will have a special ceremonial flight, and starting November 1, you can be flying out of the new Terminal A, which you can imagine it's going to be very fancy down in Abu Dhabi. The airlines will gradually move to Terminal A in 3 phases over 2 weeks, kicking off on November 1. Wizz Air Abu Dhabi and 15 other international airlines will start using the new terminal.
Etihad Airways will increase their flights, reaching 16 daily flights from November 9th and be fully operational in their new home on November 14th, along with Air Arabia Abu Dhabi, 10 other airlines. After November 14th, a total of 28 airlines will be up and running from Terminal A.
It's all coming together. We announced before that they were going to have 11,000 volunteers to make sure that this airport runs smoothly, so no doubt it will, and these will all be finished on October 17th. The terminal itself will feature major luxurious brands, the first ever Muji Airport store, 2 health and beauty spas, and, which we're really excited, an open air lounge, which is in an airport. Quite unbelievable.
So cool.
And also the tech in this airport is created to prioritize the efficiency of your journey. So expect a speedy nip through this airport.
Not a bad time to be living and traveling in and out of Abu Dhabi.
Not a bad time.
Really not a bad time. With Terminal A, that's all we need.
Well, I think if you've booked before October, the end of the month, then you might think it's a bad time, but you're wishing you were booked after. But I think in terms of new terminals being announced, like we haven't seen something like this on this scale in quite some time. So we are super excited to actually see once they open doors. We've kind of got a brief glimpse before, no?
Yeah, but you know what? I'm disappointed. I'm so disappointed that they named it Terminal A and not Terminal Tom Cruise.
That's what I was going to say.
Right?
Terminal Tom Cruise. No, I would be disappointed if they chose to name it Terminal Tom Cruise.
You would be disappointed?
I would be disappointed.
Why?
Disney shouldn't put so much emphasis on Hollywood.
No, fine. Yes, you're right. Okay, fine. When you put it like that, you're right.
Terminal Tom Cruise. But then I'd also find it difficult to timestamp things in moments that they happen, so that might help.
Or like memory. Terminal Cruise.
Ooh!
Right?
Because it's got double meaning. Yeah, I like that. Terminal Cruise.
Or like the water cruiser, going back to a previous story about like the petrol.
Yeah.
Water cruiser. Ocean cruiser. We're not feeling it.
No. Because it needs to be swift. It needs to make you think fast, speed, cruise.
Terminal Cruise. If we ever open up a terminal.
If we ever open a Terminal Cruise would be...
Terminal Cruise. Yes.
We'd love to get our next
Or Terminal
CS.
Thoughts.
Yes. It reminds me
about
of
it.
client services, so maybe not CS. Okay, 8:45 on this Tuesday morning. We're going to jump into an interview with Ebraheem Samadi. He's here to talk all things Palestine, Dubai Bling Season 2 and family. We're very excited to have a friend of the show back, so stay tuned. He'll be with us after this very short break. Hey guys, welcome back to Lovin Dubai show. Right now we're joined by the enigma who is Ebraheem Samadi. He's the founder and CEO of Forever Rose Cafe, the main crew member of Dubai Bling, for which Season 2 will be dropping very shortly, and of course a social media king who is not afraid to tell it like it is. Welcome back to the show. Ebraheem, a friend of the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
So we've been following you from way before Dubai Bling came out with your cafe and all these projects that you have ongoing, and you have remained your candid self since day one. So how, do you get what are the reactions you get for being so unfiltered on social media?
I think people know by now that I don't have a filter. And my dad always told me, your tongue will make you successful and it'll be also your failure, because they know I just speak my heart. And I think that in this time and day, we need more people that speaks their heart, because if you go into social media, you see the majority of people are the same. They just follow what the other person does, and if they do it and it looks right to them, and they'll just copy it. I think we need more personalities who actually reflect of who they are, so that way we can understand their point of view, because I believe all of our brains are wired differently, so we accept things in different ways. And when we express that and we say true to who we are, the world can become a better place.
That's beautiful, because recently you just put a video of Angelina Jolie talking about hiding her horns. So that's something you completely relate to.
Yeah, so I love Angelina Jolie to the extent where I'm like, why do I? Because I just believe she's such a person, and she has a voice, and I've always looked up to her because she doesn't care what people have to think about her. She doesn't care who she offends with what she has to say, what she feels, but she speaks from the heart. So I've always look up to her for that. I think it's so important that we we look behind and see what we've put out there, what we put on social media, and say, is that really us? So sometimes every time someone meets me, they're like, wait, you don't seem like the person that you are on Dubai Bling. I'm like, yeah, Dubai Bling's a show. It's, obviously I know the camera's there. So, and I know the way the storyline works. But the thing is that when they get to meet me, they understand exactly who I am. So I look back always and I check my posts. I'm like, is that really me? Am I true to myself? Is that who I am? And with the midst of everything that's happening in the world, I'm sure just like many people, some people have issues sleeping. Some people have reached to the point where they need to get mental help for what they've seen. Because I believe we're entering into a new era that we're seeing something wrong, and it's difficult to speak about it because whatever we can say, another side might be offended, For me, since day one of this issue, I focused always about humanity because that's what I care about, is humanity. And I realized that if we don't have humanity, then we are no longer called humans. And this is, it's very heavy on my chest to go on social media and seeing these videos and seeing these things, and we have to filter and to understand what's true and what's not. So I am committed to my 600 and 3,000 followers. Every single one of them makes a difference to me. And I have to make sure that whatever I repost, first of all, I believe in. Second of all, I have to verify that it's correct.
That's so interesting. And I think it's a really good point about how influencers have a platform now more than ever before. And therefore, your verification of the news is really important. How much of responsibility do you feel that is to verify the news that you're sharing to your audience? Oh
my God, it's huge because you could be misleading someone and you completely destroyed that situation because of something that took you only 2 seconds to do, is to repost it. Yeah. So a lot of the videos that I repost, I have to watch it through completely before I repost it, right? Because maybe somewhere down 1 minute through, they could be saying something that I don't agree with, then that person who watches it, that was one of my followers, and they emphasize on that situation. So there's posts that I've put and immediately removed because I got information from my team that was not correct information. And there's some things that I've got bashed for putting, okay, which is certain photos that I believe was a bit of a propaganda. I put my attention onto it. My team investigated and proved that it was actually AI generated photos. So I was very clear to say these are IE generated photos, and they're not true. So a lot of people who are on the opposition side didn't agree with it, and they're upset. They threatened. They said, we're going to email Netflix and we want them to remove you. I'm like, what does Netflix have to do with this? This is my personal opinion. It's not like I'm going on their platform and saying this. You know what I mean? I don't believe that this is tied with this, even with my own work. Like, for example, Forever Rose is quite a popular tourist destination. When the UAE signed the peace treaty with Israel, we had an influx of Israeli tourists who came into our cafe in literally busloads, and we welcomed them and we love having them into our cafe. And a lot of them, they reach out to me and they're like, can you not speak about, the Palestinian conflict? I said, why not?
It is difficult. I mean, of course, you understand because it's not always to do with Israelis. It's obviously the political party, and it's you don't want to be blamed for the actions of a leader.
Absolutely.
So of course, there's a very thin line you don't want to cross with people and associating the actions of some to others. But do you feel like somewhere along the line, it's being so outspoken might affect the viewership of Dubai Bling season 2?
I think that being true to who we are is most important because it is a reality show. So lying and hiding the truth or this, I think it's not right. And if anything happens to me in any way or form, if I even lose my business for speaking out, then it wasn't meant to be. I'm a true believer of God, and I believe that everything happens for a reason, and I'm on this world for a purpose, and I have this platform for a reason, and I think I'm being tested. And when I see something wrong, I can't stay quiet, even if it ruins me, if it destroys me. But at least it's off my chest, because it's going to be more heavier on my chest to live day to day knowing that I cannot speak. Being an American citizen, we were born with a freedom of speech. It's our right. And if that is taken away from me, then I don't know who I am anymore, and I don't know what to do with myself.
You know, we could ask you about, some of the negative reactions that you've gotten, because of course this is tragically the biggest divide of our lifetime. But what I would like to ask is, actually, you're using your platform for a cause. What about some of the positive reactions that you've gotten? Do you know people that you've genuinely touched and inspired with your stories?
You know, one of the things that broke me, this is what made me like, I was crying literally for an hour. I never cried like that in my life, is when a 13-year-old Palestinian fan in Gaza sends me a voice note, and she's like, in her accent, she's like, I love you so much. We watch you on Dubai Bling. And when all this is gone and all this is done, we're inviting you to our house for a barbecue. And it broke me because of the resilience that she has and the hope that everything is going to be okay, me knowing that it's not. It broke me inside, and I was like, I'm coming, don't worry, everything is going to be okay. And like, what are you going to tell this person? She's a fan, she's looking up to me, and she's not complaining about, no water, no electricity. She's not complaining about bombs flying over her head. She's telling me that when everything's okay, we're inviting me, Ebraheem, from Dubai Bling, to her house for a barbecue, if she still has one, and this is all over. So it broke me, and it's like, these people they need my voice. They need it more than anything, So I tried my best, like in the past 7 days. This is, by the way, in Dubai, it's a time for events. We have Dubai Fashion Week, and I politely declined most of the events because I just couldn't see myself doing anything else besides speaking about the situation. I just did one. I had to go to one because it was in contract. I had to do it, and I went there with wearing all black, and I wasn't in the mood, and like a lot of people saw it. Like they were making videos of me because in Fashion Week you're basically kind of like you have an audience in front of you, and the people taking screenshots like, "Bling, this is not your face." I'm like, what am I gonna do? Yeah. I'm transparent. I can't fake being happy, or I'm not. I'm not mentally okay. I want to make sure everything's okay. And trust me, I am for peace on both sides. I want everyone to be in peace. Everyone deserves the right to be in safety. We're so lucky here in Dubai having everything that more than what we want. I feel safer in Dubai than I do in America. And we take that amazing thing for granted, because people leave their houses not knowing if they'll be able to get back.
I mean, you really touched such an important aspect of privilege over here, but the story you just shared, it's so heartbreaking. And I can't even imagine what you must, go through every day to read such messages, and so go so deep into the stories of people's lives and what they're going through in Gaza and Palestine right now. But speaking of privilege, what are your thoughts on it, and how do you think people can use their privilege to not just help themselves, but to help others?
I think first of all is spreading the message is very important. A lot of people around the world don't know what's going on. Mainstream media has failed us. I don't believe that they are fair sometimes. It's just copy paste, and they just all say the same thing. People now rely on, podcasts or these type of live radio or TV to get their information from. So it's very important that we spread the right message, first of all. I think that donating is quite important to the correct organization. It has to be approved by government, especially here in Dubai. I know there's a lot of different avenues like UAE Red Crescent, Darul Bil Society. These are, governed by the government. They made sure that the actual money does reach people. I would be very careful in where I send my money to, because a lot of these non-profit organizations, they say they're non-profit. However, the shareholders have very high salaries, and it's just a loop for them to make profit for themselves. Third of all, I'll always keep these people in our prayers and try our best to avoid negativity from online. I'm getting currently at the moment 100 direct messages per minute. And a lot of them I realize they're bots, because if you start to read it, it's basically kind of like AI generated. So it's like talking in loop. So in the beginning, I was like, I wasn't going to answer. Then I was like, you know what? I'm going to answer. So I did a few of them, but I was like, it was really savage answers. It was just like, you know, someone told me you need to go buy a brain. And my reply was, tell me where you bought yours from because you need a refund.
Oh.
So these are the things that I was posting, and there's a highlight in my Instagram, you know, that says
wasted on bots, these good answers. Disaster.
No, but actually I made sure that the ones, like, I knew the bots, who they were. I can tell because they have a certain vibe, especially to the DP and, you know, the way they write. But like the ones that have like 1 or 2 lines that were just like very direct, that I know they weren't, so I would answer those. And I put that in the highlights, and I swear to you guys, like, you have no idea. Like, I had people from all over the world saying this is the first time we laughed in 4 days. Like, thank you for this. Like, it took the situation in a positive way, you know, because everyone's really upset about it. But like, I took it in like kind of making fun of what they're doing to me, you know, instead of replying in a very bad way. So it's very important to not to engage, because the concept of this propaganda war is, especially in the mainstream media and on social media, is that when they're coming to attack you, they're no longer wanting you to speak about the situation. They want to make it personal. So it's actually removing you from what your actual cause is. So remember I told you that I go back and I like to reflect and say who I am, what have I put out there? Am I putting out the right information? Am I making, let's say, too many selfies or whatever? And I'm a very good person at doing selfies. So I actually reduced that. And now I'm like, you know what? I'd rather put out information rather than myself. So people start to understand, well, Ebraheem is having a different aspect. So it's important that you pull yourself back and say, why am I arguing with this person? Why do I have to convince this person? This person is not going to be convinced. Should not waste my energy on them or tire myself with them. Completely just ignore and move on to the focus. The focus is humanitarian support for Palestinians at the moment, because they are the ones that are in need at the moment. Whatever happened 7 days ago, that has finished. At the current moment, we're talking about a country, 2.1 million population, no electricity, no water. I just read something recently that they had an agreement to open the border with Egypt, and that has fell through. So this is the current most important thing, and I believe all of the governments in the Middle East and obviously around the world are doing their utmost best to support. And whenever I get like messages, also people are like, oh well, you know, the UAE has signed a peace treaty. I'm like, that's good. When I was one of the first people to want it, because what is it called? It's called a peace treaty. So it's an initiative to stop all this, you know, and I'm for it, and I stand with the governments, especially in this region, because I know they're doing their best. But in the same time, what people don't understand is that they have also a commitment to protect its citizens as well, and never to escalate things in a bad way, and to be diplomatic and to speak about it in a professional way, and to kind of come to a conclusion together, you know. Not to escalate it. It's
on the government to be diplomatic.
It has to be, you know. Two wrongs don't make a right, you know. And I think that this is the right approach. We're only limited to what we can do as civilians, and I think we have a responsibility as humans, more than anything else, is to speak the truth, not to be like, for example, well, my country doesn't believe in that. I'm an American citizen. America is standing with Israel. I stand with Palestine.
It's tough. I mean, it's so dire. Like, you have Hamas who are not letting civilians cross. You have Egypt that have closed borders. You have Israel who are asking citizens to evacuate. And right now, the only people suffering are the civilians.
This is what I don't understand. So I was watching an influencer in America. She was like, an Israeli influencer. She's like, Egypt should open its borders and let the Palestinians go there. Yeah, so you can let them to leave and take their land again. So I'm like, that doesn't make sense. I mean, you can open your borders, put them into Israel, secure them, and then do what you have to do with whatever you got to do.
For those who are positively supporting you, what message do you have for them?
I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. The positive aspect of it, I would say, is about 95%. You know, people like, for example, people like Kylie Jenner, she lost followers, you know, and people like me, I've gained about 6,000 followers in the past things, and that's not the reason why I'm speaking. And I've actually lost I've lost 3 when I first spoke about it, and then I gained afterwards because people said, wait, this guy is like, he's speaking right. And a lot of people who, let's say, didn't like me on the show on Netflix, because, there's, not everyone's going to like you. You're always going to have this, lovers and haters. A lot of them said, you know what? We love you now. I'm like, why? I'm like, because you spoke. I'm like, obviously, like, we say this thing in Arabic is like, it says, ma ta'araf khayra min sharra, which means you don't know from his good or from his bad until he's tested in situations. So you guys didn't know me long enough to decide if you like me or don't like me, because I have a stand for certain things. Yeah, I'm funny. Yeah, I'm a savage. Yeah, I have my things. But when it comes to a situation where people are being oppressed, you have to guarantee that I'm going to speak up for what's right. And I'm not going to choose sides based on my religion or my nationality or whatever. This does not matter. We are humans before we're anything else. And I'm all for humanity.
And for that 13-year-old girl watching, or anyone watching whose families may be in the situation or they are in the situation, any message for them?
Don't lose hope. Stay strong. Trust the process. Everything happens for a reason.
Your platform is getting a lot of support for a good reason. You're using your platform for an incredible cause, and we truly appreciate that. Before you leave us, you have to give us a lowdown. Dubai Bling Season 2. When is it dropping? And what's the tea?
I believe that the official release date has not been released, but it's very soon. I know that. I saw the teaser on the platform. If you notice, I didn't repost it because I just didn't feel it was the right time. People don't understand that we filmed many months ago before this issue. And honestly, I was very excited for the release because I worked really hard on it. And when I say I worked hard on it, it means that I've opened my life. People don't understand that when you open your life to the public, you're giving a piece of yourself away that you can't get back. Because you are exposing your family and your emotions to people, and you have to get the backlash, and you have to get, you get love and backlash. So worked really hard on it, but at the current moment, like as much as excited as I was 2 weeks ago, at this moment, I'm just like, I want to make sure everything's okay in the world. I want the whole world to enjoy it. I don't want us to be in this issue, in this bubble.
Yeah.
And I started this initiative also online, which is Good Morning Palestine. And this was a positive initiative that doesn't choose any side. It's just saying good morning to Palestine to kind of remember them from the morning. And the reason why that is that every morning I woke up in the past like 7 days, I just grabbed my phone to make sure everyone's okay. I don't want to hear that this many more people died, And I sit there and I make sure, has this happened? What's happened? Is everything okay? Like, what can I do? But in all my life, I never felt that I was waiting for like a Superman to come, like as much as I am now. Like I'm watching and I'm seeing all this and I'm like, where's Superman? Where's Batman?
Honestly,
where's Spider-Man?
Looking at your story, seems like you are working to be Superman, and you're also working on like Silicon Oasis in Dubai, in the city here itself. What exactly is that? Yeah,
so basically I was getting all this information that a lot of people were getting shadow banned, and one of them is Huda Beauty. By the way, Huda Beauty, this lady, her and Muna, the whole Katan family, I love them. They're so boss. Like this lady was like, oh, we're no longer going to buy your products, in Israel, She was like, I don't want blood money. And her comment was so strong, and it went viral on social media. So I believe that there'll be a time that, we all should be able to do what we can. And I think that, me, Huda Beauty, and other business people spoke their minds. And the world needs to see our opinions, And trust me, my opinions is not biased. I make my research. I check things out. And I don't mean to offend anyone, but it's just my opinion.
On the Silicon Oasis.
Oh, the Silicon Oasis, sorry. So the Silicon Oasis was basically, like I was saying, people were getting shadow banned. And I would think it was unfair for a lot of people that their voices are being shut down by Instagram or, the platform or TikTok, whatever they are. So I said to myself, we need to get with the officials in the Middle East and the government and to create our own platform where it's free to speak, and you can, as long as it is within the guidelines of the community and respecting everyone and keeping everyone, but not to be silenced, because I think the best thing that happened to the world is these type of platforms where people can go out and speak. But now they're kind of taking it away from us, where we're getting banned or we don't get the views that we used to get. So I said, well, it's maybe a time that we start to create our own platform. And that way, when competition comes in, people start to say, well, you know what, maybe we can't shadow ban these people anymore because they're going to be leaving us and we're not going to have the amount of users as we did before.
So you're creating a platform?
I'm working on it.
Wow, amazing.
I want to really make it on a big level. I want to make it. All day, like today, while I'm doing my cardio, I'm thinking like, how can I make it more fair? You know, where it's not just for a certain demographic, whatever, but it's just fair, like without upsetting anyone. And like one of the things, like I remember when I opened a business, like I want to go reserve the name, right? And you can't get the name because like a person goes and reserves like 100 names and they take like these major names. And I was like, when we go into reserve names, you should have a license for that name before you use it. Otherwise, you have to choose another name. So these type of things, like all the issues that we currently see with the platform at the moment, I want to make it better, a better place. Everyone has to be verified. You have to show a form of ID so we can kind of cancel the trolls because,
And the bots.
And the bots.
Oof. Very interesting and something that we would very look forward to seeing you roll out in the future. But for now, how can people follow you? How can people get in touch with you to see more of what you're sharing?
So my Instagram handle, The Blooming Man. And the word The Blooming Man comes from me always trying to prosper and become better, blooming. All my social media is the same. So TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat. And also if any corporate deals or brands or anything wants to reach me, also my email's available in the contact on Instagram. It's the best ways to reach out to me.
So before we go, people need a distraction. So 3 feuds people can look forward to in Dubai Bling. Apart from yours and Zaina's, we have DJ Bliss and Chris Fade. Who's the third one?
Who's the third what?
There is the third feud. Who's the feud with?
Let me just tell you this.
Is this Ebraheem feuds?
Let me just tell you this. So from the beginning, from the first episode to the end episode, you're going to be at the edge of your seat.
People need a distraction, something to look forward to. You have to tell us what it is. Give them a distraction.
So let's go through the ones that you think you know already.
Zaina Ebraheem. Ongoing.
Back. No problem there. We know that's happening. Next one.
DJ Bliss, Chris Fade.
Public knows we're here for that. And then the
third
final one.
We want to hear from the horse's mouth.
Horse?
From the stallion's mouth.
It's going to be a...
Don't want to give any spoilers.
No, you have to. Like they need
I'm trying
to
think. Hold on.
The world needs this.
Oh God. I think Lujain Amran. She was great. She's a fashion icon.
Yeah.
Her style gets better and better and better. I think all.
That's not a spoiler, though.
Okay, so basically, I think we did really good on our fashion. I think our fashion went up a few, especially for me. Like I was like, it was so funny. It was just like when I was wearing the different things, my wife was like, no, yes, absolutely, So I think, my mom also she did her part. She's always. My mom's in the safe zone.
So your mom and your wife will feature in season 2?
Yes. You know something about my mom?
Ooh. His wife, finally!
Listen, something about my mom was cute is that with all what's going on in the world, the child always looks for comfort from the mother, And while I was going through, because I'm still at it, messaging and this and that, with all this, what's happening in the world, my mom, she looks at me and she looks right into my eyes. She's like, I'm proud of you. And I swear to God, it unleashed this lion inside of me that nothing else matters. When your mom looks at you into your eyes and she tells you specifically that she's proud of you, keep going.
Oh, beautiful.
So that's one thing that makes me so happy is that my parents are proud of what I'm doing, in everything that I'm working on, from my job, from my friends, even if you see I'm going to the gym literally every day, trying to stay positive. It's like I'm stuck at home. I don't feel like doing anything, but at least I go to the gym to move my body to kind of release that negative energy, you know?
Yeah.
Well, one comment that's come through is Manhattan Middle East saying they need your voice now more than ever. So
Who
we're
is?
going to leave it. Manhattan Middle East has said they need your voice now more than ever. So thank you so much, Ebraheem,
pleasure.
for being a place that people can turn to. And we really appreciate your time this morning, being so open with your answers. It was great. Thank you so much.
World peace.
Guys, that is all we have time for on the Lovin Dubai show this morning. A massive thank you to Ebraheem for coming in. And we're back with you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye for me.